Okay, we're going to talk about function curves and sort of looking at ease a little bit more advanced or more polished. So, function curves are basically the Bezier editors that come up whenever you look into any of your XYZ rotation, scale X, scale Y, or skew. So, transformable properties, they each have their own independent Bezier editor where you can isolate just the movement of all those transformable properties. So when you go to set ease for multiple parameters, it's applying it to everything. It's just kind of like a one and done ease in, ease out deal, which is sometimes what you need. Sometimes though, you want to get particular and you want to have maybe you want to finesse the ease or the movement on the y-axis, but not on the x-axis. Again, animating by graph is very much up to you. It's one of the reasons why I didn't go into Maya. Um, if you're in 2D, it's probably because you love drawing. So you're not really super jumping to animate by numbers, but it's a tool. And again, if it speaks to you, if it makes your animation better, that's all it needs to be. You don't have to touch it, but it's good to know that it's here. So I just set up a basic circle and I threw it onto a peg. So right now I'm just going to use my advanced animation tools just to kind of move it in the y-axis as I'm going left to right. So I'm going to start here and end up here, and that's my path. And then randomly I'm going to go up and I'm going to go down and I'm going to go back up again and I'm going to go back down like so. So you'll see that there is no ease in, ease out. It's very kind of jagged. There's a little bit of wonkiness here because of I was setting up the file beforehand, so I think that's left over. So if I go into the uh, function curves, so you'll see that position Z, there's nothing keyed there because we literally did nothing in the Z depth, we did no rotation, we did no scale. If I just used this, it would have thrown keys on everything, which is fine, but there's just nothing there. So sometimes it's just cleaner if you know that you're just doing rotation or just doing position to use the advanced animation tools. So let us, if you click on the X, you're just going to see just, it starts here and it ends up there. It's a pretty basic, start and end. If you click on the Y, and I'm just sort of double clicking on this area, it almost brings up the curve functions very similar to the path that we're looking at. So if I click on any of these, you'll see little Bezier handles will start to occur. And as I affect them here, you'll see them affecting the motion path up here. So you can do that. You can use the Bezier handles to kind of finesse the ease and sort of the path of action just that way. There are sort of presets built in, so you can go, I just want everything to be eased out. So whatever keyframes you have selected, say like all ease out, or all ease in, or ease in, ease out. You kind of have these presets you can use. If you're like, scratch it, I just want to do, stop motion, nothing, you can do that. This is if you want to make the corners straight. I forgot. Yeah, there we go. So how you want to sort of treat the different corners. This thing is if you wanted to make this one just a stop action, that would flatten it right there. So it depends on which keys you have selected. There is one here which is a hold value editor. I can't quite get it to work, but in application it would step it so that if you know what that looks like in Maya, it's basically stop motion keyframe. So it's like putting it on twos, for example, and not on ones. You can add in keyframes, you can take out keyframes. If I wanted to add in a keyframe right here and be like, oh, I'm going to go this way. So right now it's just in the y-axis. So it's not letting me do anything else. It's not letting me move it in time. I'm locked at frame 20, but I can do some pretty funky stuff to the positioning here. So again, this is the Bezier editor and using the function curves, and you have them for all of these different things. This is sort of keying it, not keying it. And they're under every single peg and object that you have. So every drawing layer has them, every peg has them. And again, if you want something that's more sophisticated and a bit more polished than just using the set ease for multiple parameters, the function curves are where you would want to go in order to kind of isolate different things and really kind of finesse it. So that's a little bit about function curves.